Good evening and salutations, our soap opera fans. So tonight we got a special guest up in the building. This guy also does YouTube, and he does soap opera reviews. He do many other different kind of videos. We're gonna sit there and learn all about him. My friend Joshua Cook. How are you doing today?
Hello, Albert. It's great to be here with you. I just want to say thank you for inviting me here, and I am really excited to do this because I've never done a collab with you before, but this is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I've been looking forward to doing this for a while. Things just been busy in August. My birthday, I had a friend's birthday, so a lot of things was going on. But I was definitely looking forward to doing this. So I'm glad you actually had some time to do it tonight. We're gonna get all into it. Now you had your YouTube channel for a while, right? You've been like, how long have you been doing YouTube for? What got you into it?
I've been doing this for. I've been having my YouTube channel on since 2007, so it's been 16 years. I started doing. I just started as watching a lot of videos, and then I saw some folks doing some stuff, and I just clicked in my head, if they're doing that, why can't I do it? So I started recording my hauls and reactions. I officially changed the name to Hauls, Reviews, and Reactions in 2021. So, and I just, it's just been that way for the last couple of years, and I just enjoy sharing, what I do and other things. So, but yeah, I mean, I didn't think when I first started, recording my videos, I just thought I was just be lucky to even get a few subscribers. But now that I have at least over 1,255 at last count, so it's just been absolutely crazy. So, and I always tell them the words "thank you" just don't seem to cut it, because even though you and I are both part of we're small parts of a huge conglomerate that's gone worldwide, at least. So we're just lucky to put our little niche in it.
Yes. Now when you said that you had your YouTube channel since 2007. So did you upload? Yes. When did you start uploading videos?
I started in 2019.
2019. Okay, so it was pretty much like most people. You had a YouTube channel just to watch some videos or whatever, but then you were just like, you know what? Let me sit there and try it out.
Yeah.
Now your channel that you do. What kind of content do you do on your channel, just for other people that may not know who you are?
I do mainly hauls. What I go to various places to get stuff, as you can see in the background. So
like the collection, like it.
I also do reactions to certain either videos on YouTube, or I do reactions to Indianapolis Colts games because I am a fan of the Indianapolis Colts, and also the Indiana Pacers and Purdue Boilermakers, which my sister went to school and graduated from there. And I think she lives in Chicago. I don't know if she lives that far away from you or not, but I could be wrong on that.
Yeah,
But
well, I mean, I'm in New York, so.
oh, never mind. Never mind. Yeah.
So,
But I do reactions to those, and I also do like VHS openings, DVD openings. I also have Cassie versus Everyone, which is a video game series from Mortal Kombat 11, because I do play that, and my favorite character is, of course, Cassie Cage.
Ashley
And
Cage. Is
yep,
that Luke Cage? Is that Luke Cage's daughter or something?
no, that's Johnny Cage's daughter.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. It's been a minute since I actually got into the Mortal Kombat series. When you said Cage, I don't know why. I feel kind of dumb now because I'm just like, um.
Yeah.
Now you watch soap operas, but which one? Okay. Do you watch all the soap operas, or do you just watch Young and the Restless?
Um, I I started watching the majority of soap operas. Like I watched Another World from time to time. I watched General Hospital, which my mom is a avid General Hospital fan. She just started watching that a few years ago. Uh, but I think she watched it before I was even born. But she's a fan of GH. I used to watch it for a few years. I I watched Bold and Beautiful sparingly, and the other was, but I started watching The Young and the Restless back in 1996 when I was in between moving from elementary school to middle school. So, and I've stuck with it ever since.
Okay. Good stuff. Unless everyone say what's up, Nathaniel, for gracing us with his awesome presence.
Hello
Um,
there.
you're definitely killing it. Now you know who Nathaniel Gray is, right? The guy Mason on General. Well, you don't really watch General Hospital that much, right?
No, that's my mom's show.
Yeah, that's the guy who plays Mason. So she knows who he is. Um. So
Okay.
you okay? So you mainly just okay. So right now you mainly just stick with the Young and the Restless, right?
Yes.
And the Restless. Okay.
I do
So
my I do my YNR reviews. I do have it on Saturdays, but with the exception after the 23rd, I will not be doing my YNR review because of one weekend I have like family stuff to do, and the following week is a WWE premium live event, uh, Fastlane in Indianapolis. So I'm going to be watching that. So I won't be doing a review. But for the most part, I do them on Saturdays on my YouTube channel.
yes, and definitely subscribe to Joshua's YouTube channel. I want to sit there and say that now. I will say it later on, but I want to sit there and say it now because he also does a really great job. And I'm not gonna lie, I do love the fact that for the most part, you have a set day. A set day, a set time and everything like that. Just want to read this comment real quick. Nathaniel said he watched YNR. He knows my best friend Rule. Rao. however you spell his name, Dave Lego. You know who that is?
Yeah, I've seen him on the show. He was with Brittany, uh, Lauren Woodland, who played Brittany, and they were together as a couple for some years. And I've seen some of their scenes, so they did a pretty good job.
Okay. There's something else I didn't ask you. Now, this has something to do with the actor. Who is okay? Who is Cricket's? Who's Cricket's husband? Paul something, right?
Paul Williams, that's
Paul
Doug Davidson.
Doug Davison. Okay, so I saw something on Twitter about the fact that he wasn't on the show for a while, and then he recently came in to take his stuff out out of his dressing room. But I'm sitting there thinking, you haven't been on the show in years. Why are you just now cleaning out your locker? I don't know if you go on Twitter, you follow that stuff or whatever, but um,
I used to
I didn't
be
know if
on
you, yeah.
I used to be on Twitter, but not anymore. I used to have a Twitter account, but I don't have one anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Gorgeous, amazing Queen Jenna's in the chat. No, I don't blame you. Twitter is a toxic dump site, so I recommend no. The only reason why, well, I use Twitter for two reasons. I do have friends on Twitter I talk to, and I do like to promote my channel on Twitter. But other than that, yeah, I just no.
Yeah.
Um, Now going into Y&R, obviously I know one of your favorite characters is Mariah and Tess, right? But who are
Yes.
some of the other characters that you do like on the show?
Well, I do like, yeah, obviously Mariah Tessa, as you said. I do habits like Lily and Daniel. They do a great job. Um, Also, I mean, I gotta say, Billy and not just Billy, but the entire Abbott family is especially Jack is they're my favorites on there.
Okay. Now, just to, because I didn't sit there and say it's my GH review, because like I said, I took some Benadryl and I was just all like drowsy from 3 o'clock on. But I want to sit there and say this now, to the actor, because there was the other actor that played Billy, which was Billy Miller. Unfortunately he passed away, so rest
Yes,
in
I
peace.
heard.
Condolences to the family.
Yes,
It's I didn't really know the actor, or I just knew him from the character. And it's just, it's a sad day in the world. We lost a lot of people, so we lost him. So definitely
yeah,
condole to the family. Um, I felt kind of bad because I didn't say it before, but I don't even understand how I got through that review because I took like strong Benadryl. So the fact that anything that I said was coherent is amazing. But I want to just say that now. Um,
I understand. Yeah.
yeah. Now, okay, so you like Jack, you like the habits or whatever in general.
Yes.
What do you think about Diane coming back? Do you like Diane? Do you not like Diane?
Well, at first I was like, Diane is. I mean, what was she doing? What was she thinking coming back here after faking her own death and being, followed by Phyllis, who always seems to be in the middle of anything and everything for the most part. But as time wore on, I've just got grown to accept the fact that she is back, and she and Jack are now married, and Phyllis is not too thrilled about it. So, and as I've said during my why in our reviews, I mean, Phyllis just can't seem to put her nose out there and just meddle in other people's businesses. It's just constant.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to mind the business that she's paid for. No, that's not
Right.
it. DC said it. DC said it some sort of way, but pretty much she just, like you said, she doesn't know how to stay out of other people's business. She loves to meddle. That's just who she is. Her kids
Yeah.
accepted that for better or worse. Usually for worse.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Now, see, my whole thing is when she came back to town, there was so many people that was like, "Oh, I can't stand Diane. Diane is doing this. Diane's doing that." I didn't watch the show as long as other people. So my whole thing, I'm just like, how about we just wait and see what Diane does before we start, bringing out the pitchforks and things of that nature. It's like, Diane's going to sit there and screw over Jack. Diane's going to ruin somebody's life. I was like, she just got there.
Yeah.
She just got there less than like maybe 2 months ago, and y'all already sitting there thinking that Diane is going to literally set this city on fire. That was never with the whole, I guess, hate Diane train, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense, Albert.
Now you do You do videos, but you also do live streams, right? You do that as well.
Yeah.
Now, was you nervous when you first did your live stream? Like, was you just used to it? Like, how did? Because you seem like you were a natural. You were doing it,
I wasn't too sure how if doing a live if me doing a live stream would work or not. But once I got settled into it, it goes naturally for me, and I just trying to provide some entertaining commentary and share my thoughts and opinions, and it seems to work because I get some positive feedback from those who leave comments, and they enjoy what I do. So, but yeah, I was a little bit nervous, but once I got started with it, it just became a natural thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I used to sit there and do a lot of live streams on Instagram. So, going from Instagram to YouTube, it wasn't that much of a difference because I was already kind of used to doing live streams. Plus, I went on. I don't know if you know who JOJ Media is or James. Do you know who he is?
I do not know.
But yeah, the first time I actually went live on YouTube, I went on his channel, and it was so fun that I was like, let me sit there and try to do it myself. Since now I actually have to subscribers, I can do it, and the rest is just kind of history.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun to sit there and interact with people, and it's definitely different, than just making the video and putting it out there and whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we went into a lot of the characters that you do like. What are some of the characters that you don't like?
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Definitely Native Victoria, because I've said this many times. Native Victoria are just god awful, and I did a review where I did a sound effect of someone going. I deemed it the Native Victoria alarm from that moment on, because everyone who sees those two on screen, they're immediately going.
Mm.
Yeah, and ever since.
Wow. Was good, Goddess Jess. Now what do you think of Victor? The
Well,
great Victor Newman.
you know what? I've I've I have respect for the Newmans, but you know, Victor Newman in general is the equivalent to Mr. McMahon because because they're both certified billionaires,
Hmm.
and they want to be Mr. Monopoly Man so bad, and but at the end of the day, you know, they Victor puts family for above all else, despite the name of the company, Newman Enterprises. I mean, it's all about family to Victor, and if it means he has to step on some toes along the way, then he'll step on some toes.
Yeah, definitely. Um, what do you think of Adam? What do you think of Adam Newman?
I said this many times during my reviews. Adam just can't catch a break, no matter how hard he tries, no matter if it's in business or no matter if it's personally. And I saw the episode today where he and Sally uh, kissed at the end of the episode, and I'm just thinking, why? This can't go well for those two, especially during the last several months when Sally lost her child and Adam they were both devastated, and I'm thinking to myself, Adam, this is not good. What are you doing? I mean, you two tried to have a relationship. Look where it went. It just went downhill.
So
And
you don't think there's any hope for that?
I have that same feeling that if these two were to get back together, history is bound to repeat itself.
Is that because of the character's flaws?
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah,
Because all
yeah.
Adam wants to do is overthrow Victor at Newman Enterprises, and he just has that mentality that he wants to go to war with his dad.
So yes, tunnel vision. I get it.
Yes.
Yeah, and my whole thing is, when you were sitting there saying like, they have some issues and stuff like that. I felt like it was more like Sally was using Adam as an emotional punching bag, which I felt that was just very wrong, very disrespectful. Um, and so, grant I'm glad that she apologized afterwards and they can move forward. But it's
Yeah.
just it's one of those. Here's the thing: the reason why that scene actually pissed me off, right? And maybe I was sitting there thinking about it a little bit too much. Is that scene made it seem like guys didn't have emotions. Like a woman could just sit there and just disrespect you. She's in her feelings, whatever's going on, and we're just supposed to sit there and take it as men, as though we don't have emotions like they do. I don't know. Maybe I was reading too much into it, but it personally just kind of vexed the living hell out of me.
Yep. Yep. You absolutely.
So you're not
But
you're not you're not you're not a fan of Nate the Great, huh?
no, especially when here you have Elena, who I thought those two they weren't really good, but I thought they were just average, but at least, they were happy. And then all of a sudden, Nate sees Victoria and just kicks Elena to the curb and wants to be with Victoria. And it's just, it just had me like going, why, Nate? Why?
See, my whole thing is I sat there and I look at that breakup, right? And it's just a thing of when you don't grow together, you end up growing apart, right? What she kept saying over and over again was, you're not the man that I used to love. You're not the man that I fell in love with. But here's the thing: no one is who they are. 4 or 5 months ago, 4 or 5 years ago, we're constantly changing and evolving. And so that's why I said, if you don't grow with this person, you're going to grow apart. And that's a lot of pressure to sit there and try to be who he was, because before he was a doctor that actually had a working hand. Now he had to sit there and emotionally sit there and not be able to do what in a lot of ways kind of defined it. And she didn't really grow with that. So plus I wasn't a fan of her. Don't get me wrong. What Nate did was a scumbag as far as cheating on Elena. But let's not sit there and try to act like Elena didn't cheat on Nate. Elena didn't sit there and cheat on Devon. Practically did a little ping pong between, both of them. So it's like, how sympathetic should I actually feel for Elena?
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Plus, honestly, tell you the truth, here's the thing. If Nate was willing to sit there and screw over his own family, what makes you think that he's going to sit there and treat you any better?
Yeah.
It's like, that the guy is being a scumbag, and you're just like, oh, it's not towards me, so I don't care. And then he cheats on you, and then you're just like, oh, he's the worst POS ever. And it's like, if somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Leave them.
Yeah. Man, oh man, oh man.
Now, and she was going to, here's the thing I was really disappointed. First of all, she was going to sit there and bring JT York, a guy who physically abused Victoria. And also, what was even the point of that? We just got like one video conference and then that was it? That was the best that they were able to do?
I didn't like that either. It's just there was only one little meeting there, and then that was it. That it made absolutely zero sense at all. 0 cents.
Yeah. It was definitely a letdown. You try to hype it up like, oh, he's coming back, and it's like he came back for a video conference. That was disappointing to sit there and say
hype for nothing.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think of Nick? Because I know there's a lot of people that do not like Nick. I haven't jumped on the bandwagon because I haven't watched the show that long.
I've always liked the guy, and I've always liked Sharon too. They have history together. They had a relationship. They were married for like 11 years, and then all of a sudden, you had Cassie dying, and then Nick going to Phyllis for. I've always said that eventually those two will get together again and hopefully make their relationship, forever. So,
now,
but of course there's Cassie's twin, Mariah. So there you go.
Yeah,
And
Nate says Theo. Sorry, let me just read this. Nate says Theo, who played TJ, had other projects going on, so he couldn't come back to the show full time. I mean, it makes sense. It's still
yeah,
disappointing, but makes sense. Oh, what was you saying?
um, I've always liked Nick, even, even though he's been with these different women, like Phyllis, and then Avery, and then um,
Avery.
yeah, that's Phyllis's sister.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
and then all these. I know that Nick is a is trying to be is not trying to be, you know, the how to put this. I've always liked Nick and I've always liked Sharon, but he's been with so many women it's hard to keep track. But the only constant is, of course, Sharon for Nick. I mean, and I've al- I've always said eventually they're going to get back together, and then that'll be it. And then, but there, but like I said, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Phyllis just can't seem to stick her nose. So, but yeah, Nick is a is a cool guy, but he's he's like his dad, Victor Newman, and if he has that same mentality. If he has to step on some toes, he'll do so. Especially Adam's toes, because those two don't like each other very much.
Oh yeah, no. I noticed that. I noticed that from day one when I started watching the show like about 2 years ago. Um, it's just this long history with those two characters. Um, which I see. My whole thing is like I can't dislike Victor because I haven't watched the show as long, but I know there's a lot of people that do not like Victor. I don't like Nikki. Okay, Fast 15 says the character I do not like.
Yeah.
I cannot stand her with a passion. Um, what are your thoughts on Ashley and Tucker's relationship? What are your thoughts on that?
I said this during the live stream I did last Saturday. I thought it was. I knew that it was going to be bad, but I thought there would be like a period of them being wedded, wedded bliss because they're married, and all of a sudden you have Tucker coming back on his own, and you have Ashley over in Paris, and then Tucker having sex with Audrey. I mean, I thought Kyle and Audrey would, keep doing what they've been doing, and then everything will be hunky dory. But as it turns out, Tucker and Audrey, are sleeping together, and those two have been playing Kyle and Ashley for fools.
Yep.
And they don't even know it.
Yeah, no, that's you're here's the thing. I feel like first of all, Tucker is definitely a narcissist because he got angry at Ashley simply for wanting to work for the company. She was like, you know what, listen, I don't want to do anything with you, and I want to work for the company. I want to be close to my family, but we're still married. And
Yeah.
apparently that wasn't good enough to Tucker. Tucker decided to act like a 12-year-old little schoolgirl, throw a tantrum, go back to Genoa City, Sleep with Audra. I mean, this is extreme at this point. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
you slept with another woman simply because she wouldn't go into business with you? Like that
I
that makes sense.
yeah, I played a soundbite of MVP saying, "Money, power, and respect are the key to life," and that to me summed up what Tucker and Audra are doing because they want to go to the top in business, and they and if that means, you know, breaking the hearts of their of the ones that they supposedly love, so be it.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say this much. With Kyle, I don't think it's so much like as far as breaking his heart. It's just more like, he can't sit there and have loving in the afternoon with Audra. With Ashley, I didn't understand how Ashley knew that Tucker and Audrey were sleeping together before she got married. Like it didn't really make a lot of sense
Yeah,
to me. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the writing on Y and R could be somewhat disjointed. Like 1 minute Victor wants to sit there and take Sharon's company, then like after 2 days he's like, "Oh, I'll give it back to you. I've
yeah,
grown a conscious now." It's just like, wait, what?
man. Well, yeah, I I I knew that Tucker and Ashley's relationship was doomed, but I didn't. I wanted it to happen later rather than sooner. But oh well.
Yeah, it's definitely some random writing with that.
Yeah,
Because I know that for a hot minute Ashley was all about trying to take down Diane and hating Diane and constantly talking about Diane to a point where Tucker was upset, and I get that, but this is extreme. You know, you just came
yeah,
back to town and you decided to cheat on her because she didn't say yes to working together. And not only that, but you want to sit there and try to take over the family's company. Like it just,
yeah,
I don't, I don't get it.
yeah. That's
And,
crazy.
and then you got Chance and you got Summer. Summer wants to sit there and be with Chance. So it
Yeah,
seems like it's a love triangle between them and Sharon, which is wild.
yeah. But I mean, the thing is with Chance and Summer. I mean, if Summer has the opportunity of getting back at Kyle for cheating on her with Audra, then I would figure, you know, Chance would be the lucky one to for Summer to hook up with. But unfortunately, you know, Chance is with Sharon, uh, and and I'm like I said, I'm not giving up on this whole chick reunion thing. It's going to happen eventually. When,
Now,
who
no, no, no,
knows?
no. For the uninitiated, which is probably just me, what does chick mean?
That's Sharon and Nick.
Okay,
That's their that's their
okay, I got you.
yeah. They've been called chick by some folks on YouTube because I've seen some videos and I've seen some comments saying, "Oh, I know that Melanie Corley has always said that she wants to have wants those two to reunite." So
Now, I've said this before, but I feel like it's kind of a shame that um Y&R and B&B doesn't do more crossovers because they're in the same universe, and it's like it's just I feel like in some ways it's kind of a wasted opportunity, a little bit.
yeah,
Sally started on B&B and went to um
yeah,
Young
she
and
went.
Restless. Don Diamond was on Young and the Restless, went back to B&B.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like I feel like they should do a little bit more crossovers, you know?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that. And Nikki was on B&B for I think a few episodes. So
You mean during the crossover? Or
yeah,
just yeah. Yeah. She went to go see Deacon because apparently Deacon and Nikki were a thing, which I'm just like, okay, sure.
yeah.
I mean, I heard that Jack and Nikki they were a thing for a little bit.
Yes, they were. And I mean, truth be told, I mean, if truth be told, I would much rather have seen Jack with Phyllis, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, Jack was seen enough of her meddling, and so that's why he's with Diane now. So
Yeah, Jack and Diane.
yeah, I can't, I can't fault him, but even though, even though they were a cute couple, but Jack and Nikki, I would have never thought in a million years, because Victor loves Nikki and still does to today. And but what I first saw, I was like, "What? Are you serious, bro?"
Yeah. Janice says Summer and Chance are boring. Um, I mean, they haven't doing much anything yet, so I guess we just have to wait and see. But now you all know who I am. I was gonna sit there and say so. Going into Mariah and Tess, right?
Yes.
I always feel like I felt like YNR has done them so dirty. A lot of times, it's like they just will come in for fillers. They're actually giving them a storyline now, so I'm happy about that. But
Yes.
like, even with the baby storyline, a lot of that stuff happened off screen. You know, which I gotta sit there and say for fans of the characters, I feel like that's just like so, I guess, disrespectful. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I heard you say that many a times, and I've heard you say that Mariah, Tessa, all those things that, like you said, were done off screen. That was just like, what?
Yeah, a slap in the face.
Yes.
That's pretty much what it comes down to. Yes.
Yes.
Um,
Absolutely.
and it's just one of those things where it's like you know, here's the thing. They bring in a huge fan base, right? There's people that really love the couple, really love the characters and stuff like that. They have
Yeah.
an opportunity to do that, and they waste it so many times that they just become throwaway characters. It's like there's times when they're just there, just to be there, but they're not doing anything. And I feel like why even bother if you're gonna do that? You know. So again, I'm happy that they got a storyline with Ari and the hearing and everything like that. So that should be
Yeah.
interesting. You know.
And I think I said that Tessa's going to be back. If it's not this week, then the following week, because she's been in New York doing some stuff for her modeling career, because I think her singing, because of her vocal cord nodules, she's taken a backseat to her singing career and focus on modeling. So, and now, like you said, they're dealing with Aria's hearing loss. So that was, I mean, it's interesting to see where they will go from here. So, like you
Yeah.
said, you're we're happy that they're getting some airtime at least.
Yeah, yeah, it's always definitely a plus. Was a good communication. It's always definitely a plus because it's just one of those things where it's like use them. They have a fan base. They,
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like use them.
yes,
When I made the video saying are they needed on the show, it's not so much because I don't like them. It's because they're not doing anything with them. You know. But
yeah,
now you have, I know that Mariah is going to be leaving for a little bit because she was pregnant. The
yes,
actress that plays Lily, she was
yeah.
pregnant, so she's going to
Cameron,
be leaving for a little bit.
yeah, Cameron Grimes is, of course, pregnant, and I mentioned it during when I had my review. They're gonna, she's gonna have her baby, and she's also going to get married. So, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, she said that it's not going to impede with their plans to get married. So,
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I noticed that, and then of course, Chelsea, she left for a little bit because she was pregnant. So you have a
yeah,
lot of coming and goings, pretty much. So that's.
yeah.
I mean, they find ways to sit there and make it work. Now let me just ask you a question as far as what's his name? Josh. Who's the actor? Josh Griffin, right? How do
Um,
you? I think that's the one of the writers or the only writer or something like that.
yeah,
So because I heard it was a huge thing. He came in, Josh Griffin. He fired a bunch of breakdown writers, and he was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this myself because I want to sit there and save some money. And a lot
yeah.
of people
Josh
thought that was a
Griffin.
bad idea.
Yeah. Um, let me say this. I Josh Griffin as the executive. I know that I don't know if Anthony Marina or he. I think he used to be the executive producer along with Josh Griffin. Then I think after I think Marina got let go or something. I don't really know, but then it was just Josh Griffin as the executive producer. So, and for him to fire, as you said, those writers and say, I'm going to do it myself. I mean, really? I mean, good luck with that. Yeah, I mean,
But
you have to have someone, not just yourself, to help write the story, to help write the stories.
no,
So
I agree. I agree with that. But I mean, like I said, to be fair, um, there was a point where what was the guy's name who came back for Sharon? Chris. What was the dude's name? He came back for Nick. I mean, he
oh,
came back for Sharon. What's his name?
Cameron Kirsten.
Yeah. So like, to be fair, they actually had a lot of good stories. Um, from YNR ever since he took over. So I can't sit there and really fault him. I mean, yeah, he can definitely use the help or whatever, but he's been
Yeah,
doing a good job so far. The stories has actually been pretty good. So I know people are upset, but I'm like, he's turning out some good stuff. So I'm not gonna knock him
you're
yet.
right. You're right. You're right. I'm not gonna knock the guy either, but like I said, he could at least find some help to help put the stories together at least.
Hmm. All right, not gonna sit there and say you're wrong. You're right. A lot of times with these soap operas, it does come down to budget though, and they've
Yeah,
been
that's
they've
true.
been slashed. Yeah, they've been slashing the budget on a lot of these soap operas for a while. There's a guy named Wayne Talks, and he pretty much talks about, in the video, he talks about how the soaps are broke and stuff like that. You should definitely check it out. It's a funny video, but they really do get in on um, Y&R as well. Talking about
Okay.
the sets, the not just it's just like the furniture and stuff like that. It doesn't look like something that a rich person would be able to have. It looks like stuff that you would be able to buy at IKEA. You know, so it's tough. It's tough. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I give a lot of these people a lot of props for, or especially him. You know, to be able to keep the show on the air as long as the show has been on the air since what, the 50s, or I mean, it's been on like 50 years.
1973. Yeah,
What, like
1973.
how many years is that? 50?
Yeah,
A long time now. You know, like think about that. That show beat out so many other shows, Passions and Guiding Light, and you know, just a lot of that stuff. So I give them credit for staying on the air as long as they have.
yeah, I do too. That's an amazing accomplishment, being on that long.
Yeah. You know, I always sit there. I always look at these, these soap operas and stuff like that, like with the characters. It's one of the very only genres that you can literally sit there and watch somebody practically grow up since they're a kid to adulthood. You know,
Yeah,
no other medium you can really sit there and do that.
that's absolutely right.
Um, I know you probably don't know who was good, Emily. Like One Life to Live. You know, they had a character named Star Manning. She was like 5 when she was on the show, and then you literally watched her grow up on the show. Like it's a very bizarre thing to sit there and
Yeah,
watch the character grow up. You know, like in real time.
yeah. I've seen some of One Life to Live, and especially Star, and it's just amazing how you would grow up right before your eyes over the years, and it's pretty amazing.
Well, let me ask you a question. Just I mean, it's not even so much like soap opera related, but like since you've had your channel, um, like there's so many YouTube channels out here. Because okay, so basically, what I'm simply saying is, how do you set yourself apart from some of the other channels that do like soap opera reviews and things of that nature? Like, what do you think that you do that makes you stand out from the 20 other like YouTube channels that do soap opera reviews?
What makes me stand out is I think that I'm just trying to provide my point of view with what's going on, and I try to be fair and try and see what's going on. But so I'm not gonna lie, if I see and hear something that really uh irritates me, I will go full blast.
Okay.
So,
All right. I like it. I like it.
and I try and express my views and opinions on what's good and what's not. So I think I try and do it to the best of my abilities, and I think that is what is helping me, try and stand out, as you said, from everyone else. But I mean, I give credit where it's due, because you and a lot of other folks try and tell it exactly how it is, and you don't hold back.
No,
So
no, I do not. Thank you. I
yeah,
definitely don't. Now you've been uploading since 2019, right? And
yes,
so you get a lot of positive feedback, but I'm pretty sure sometimes, like most of us, you get some negative feedback. How do you deal with the negativity?
You know what? If if I get negative feedback, um, I'm not gonna be like angry and just like say I'm just gonna do you know do something crazy or anything like that. But the the thing is about negative, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, whether it's positive or whether it's negative. But but I just say, you know what? Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. If they enjoy what I do, great. If they don't, hey, there's a thing called subscribe, unsubscribe. If you so rest you can figure it out. But
Yeah, I mean that's very true. You were gonna sit there and
you just gotta take it in stride. And if those who think negatively, I mean, I'm not gonna, knock them. It's like I said, everyone has their own opinions, and it's just say, hey, let them talk. I just try to ignore the negative stuff and try to. I mean, as much as I like the positives, I know that there's negative stuff around, but I just try to ignore it.
yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. It's not. Even with me, Rock, DC, and so forth, you get these comments, or you get people come at you sideways simply because you like our like, or you don't like the character that they like, and sometimes it's just a simple I disagree with you to your POS because how big you like this person and I don't like. Like you said, it's just you, I don't want to sit there and sound cliche and be like, you just let them all off your shoulders. But I guess for me, it doesn't stop me from doing what I do. Like I'm still gonna enjoy it another way. I just like, hey, you don't like it. There's 27 other channels you can watch, which is the same. You don't need to necessarily be on my channel. You know, if that makes sense. Did you hear, by the way, Joshua?
Hello.
Read this up there?
Uh, I think one of them said that uh, they couldn't hear you.
Oh, so basically, I was sitting there saying, it sucks. When people come at you sideways because you don't agree with a character or whatever, but in general, you don't let it stop you. Because I always sit there and look at it, it's like I enjoy what I do. People are gonna like it. That's cool, but it is what it is, and you just have to keep moving forward because you have to remember why you're doing it. Like I do it because it's fun, you know, and that's the important part for any YouTuber that's doing this.
Yeah.
Now, if you was to sit there and give advice to somebody who's starting YouTube or whatever, what advice would you give them?
Well, if anyone wants to start YouTube, I would the best advice I would give give to them is try and just have fun and enjoy what you're posting. And if you have any like hobbies, or if you want to like do like sports or arts or crafts or some, I mean, I'm sure there's something for you to do. So just enjoy it and have fun and see where it can take you, because believe me, I've been doing it for 16 years now, and I can say that I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I've enjoyed what I post, and it's just that's really the best advice I can give them.
Yeah. Now, okay, just a side question. I know you said that you had your YouTube channel. Okay, I'm a little confused because you said for 16 years, but you've been only posting since 2019, right?
I started just watching the videos, and then I started posting in 2019.
Okay.
Because I didn't know. I mean, I had a laptop, and I didn't know that there was like a camera there, so I just figured it out from there. Because
Okay, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, I agree with you on that. With YouTube in general, somebody's always going to sit there, like whatever you're into. 9 times out of 10, you're going to find people that's going to be into it as well. So it makes it very authentic that if you're into crafts, if you're into games or sports or whatever, the other people are going to be into that as well. So I don't think the hardest part isn't really so much finding an audience. The hardest part is probably dealing with some of the negativity that comes from being online. You get past that, everything else is cake.
yeah, that's true.
This Benadryl is still definitely your window is a mirror. Oh, nice. Um, yeah, it is a mirror. I think we kind of talked about a lot with Y&R. Is it anything that you want to sit there and say? Any last words to wrap this up?
Well, I'll say this. I will be interested to see where things go in the future for Y&R. I've enjoyed watching the show ever since 1996 when I first started it. From day one, I was instantly hooked, and I can only imagine where things will go from here, but I certainly want to wish him the best of luck, and I will definitely keep watching. That's for sure.
Well, also, would you ever think about maybe picking up another soap opera besides Y&R? Or are you just content with watching Y&R for a while?
I I will see if I can watch like maybe more General Hospital, since my mom watches that, and maybe Bold and the Beautiful from time to time. But for the most part, I'll stick with Y&R. But I will see. I'll ask mom. I'll ask my mom and see what's been going on with the General Hospital, and because, like I said, she watches that show every day. So I will definitely have a talk with her and see what's going on with them.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's hard to sit there and watch, like, even dedicating yourself to sit there and watch one soap opera. That's, you know what I'm saying, like, that's time consuming in itself. Um, See, the thing is, I watch all four soap operas because I do reviews on them. So it just makes sense. Now, if I was just a fan, like if I wasn't actually doing like reviews and stuff like that, I'll probably just wind up sticking to General Hospital. Um, but because I know that I can tap into a much larger audience by watching all the soaps like Days and everything like that, um, I think that's another reason why I watch all four of the soaps. You know.
Yeah, I understand that.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna do that, Kyrie's. I would have did more reviews today, but I don't know. My body just felt like it was just dragging for a hot minute, and I wound up taking Benadryl, but I took the extra strong Benadryl, and the good thing was I stopped, like my nose and everything like that. But the bad thing was that it made me extremely drowsy. So like when it came time to do my review on General Hospital, it was like, this is gonna be a rough one.
Yeah,
But listen, I do want to thank you for coming through. It was a lot of fun.
thank you for having
Yeah,
me.
of course, of course. Sorry I couldn't do it before. Just things been crazy, so it was good. Definitely to sit there and chopping it up with you now.
I really do appreciate that. And I just want to say to all you folks out there, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it. If you would subscribe, I'm on the road to 2K. And of course, the goal is to reach 2,000 subscribers. And I know I've said this. I was going to mention this. I've been doing a updated look at Mariah and Tess's engagement because I've seen I originally posted a video of their engagement, and then I saw some comments saying, "Hey Joshua, you left a bunch of stuff out." So I've been doing that. So I'm going. I'm up to part 5 of the updated compilation, and I'm going to post that and the wedding. So I did put you in the special shout outs in the description. So if you haven't seen those videos, they're up on my channel, but I will continue to post those and the other stuff that I mentioned during the discussion. So, but like I said to all of you, subscribe to my channel. It would be greatly appreciated. And I hope to do another collab with you, and I would love it to have you on for my YNR review and recap, and along with DC's Soap Sanctuary and Kyrie's Clark. I hope we can make that happen at some point.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm probably gonna sit there and stay on for a little bit longer just to kind of just chat with some of the people before I sit there and call it a night. But this was actually a lot of fun, though. This was a lot of fun. So I'm glad you took some time out to sit there and come through. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, I definitely look forward to the next collab.
Yep, me too.
All right. Well, you have a great night, and yeah. I'll see you in the next one.
All right. Take care now.
Later.
I'll see. Peace.
That was a lot of fun. I think I'll stay on for a little bit longer since I didn't really get a chance to really chat with anyone in the chat too much. But Emily says they need to bring back Jason. Cook. Oh, talking to. But yeah, yeah, it's I mean, yeah, it's funny. It's well, it's not even really funny, but is that what was her name? Jackie something? Yeah, Jackie. Yeah, Billy, and and Sonia Eddie. They, there's a thing that some people will sit there and say deaths usually come in threes. Definitely, death usually comes in threes. Curry said, yeah, I love Days of Our Lives. Say I love it. I'm Team Dimitri. I hope he kills Gabby. Will surf for Ray. Oh, you're not a Gabby fan. You're not a Gabby fan. Yeah, join the club. I'm not. I've never been a Gabby fan. All right, Alyssa, it was really good to see you. You have a great night. Yeah, it happened on Sunday. Crazy. Guy's literally 3 years older than me. Yes, you have a good night, Alyssa. Emily says, what do you think about Brooke today? Oh, Brooke that acts like a Karen walking up in that office and just Brooke is just so annoying. Brooke is annoying. I understand why there's a lot of people that do not like Brooke. Harry says, I never liked her now after today. She's on my list. She's so greedy and stupid. Dave says, hey Albert, do you like my profile? I mean, yes, it's your face, right? It's not those. Yeah, that's how you look, right? I don't even know what that's supposed to be. And Duan is just laughed. Okay, that's cool. Or at least now I know what you look like. Emily said that actress who played Gabby's leaving days. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. There's a lot of people that snipped their leaving. Ambassador Sand says, well done, Albert. Grateful to be a subscriber and taking part in this conversation. I'm very happy and honored to have you. Spider Quake was good. One says some people will say Brooke is thirsty for Thomas. Researcher says, why do Brooke keep saying Liam? We know he's chasing Steffi. She keeps bringing that up. Oh, and how would Liam feel? I'm sorry. How did your own? You need to be snipped and worried about how your daughter feels. Your daughter was the one that got her heart broken because Liam couldn't forgive her. But you want to sit there and say, how does Liam feel? Like, shut up. Yeah, that tag team should be interesting. Kristen says, watching, listening to Brooke is like watching, listening to my mother. The judgment, control are very triggered. Yeah. Emily says, so is the actress who played Yep. The actress who played. Yep. So you got Gabby that's leaving. The actress that plays Bella is leaving. You have Chloe that's leaving. Um, which I'm not gonna lie, that's three people so far that's just leaving the show. But my whole thing is I sit there and I think, um, I sit there and I look at that and I'm like, maybe it had a lot to do with that producer or that guy Albert Alar. Carrie says I thought Gwen and Kristen were going to kiss. That's Researcher says Hope won't stand up to her. Emily says because of the budget cuts. No, no, that's not true with some of these people that's leaving. Like the actress that plays Bella, she's leaving because she feels like she's not getting enough. She's not getting enough screen time. They're not giving her enough to do. So that's why she's leaving. Victoria says, "Are they jumping ship from days because of the controversy over the gentleman?" I feel like that might. I feel like that might actually have something to do with it. I do. Martha's a little bit different, but the fact that you have so many people just leaving in drones makes you wonder. Juan says, "I'm sick of Brooke." Yep, join the club. Kara says, "I'm happy Gabby is leaving. I hope that means Demetria is successful." But Kyrie, I don't think they're going to kill her off. They may put her in a coma, um, or something like that. But I don't think that they're. I don't know if they're actually going to kill her off. I feel like that's too much of a popular character just to kill off. Cassandra says Leo is scared that Dimitri will kill someone. Vivian even scared of him. Yeah, it seems like the dude gives no Fs. Emily says Brooks needs to stay out of her kids' love lives. They may kill Bella off. They might kill Bella off, and they might actually kill Gabby off. I doubt it, but especially with Bella. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing with Belle. It was the same thing with Greg Vaughn. Greg Vaughn decided to leave because they were not giving him enough to do. And he said, "quote," or whatever, that if he said he felt like a passenger in his own story. I don't know what that meant, but they weren't giving him much to do. So they're probably not going to kill off Belle because they didn't kill off Greg Vaughn's character, in the hopes that he could return. One says put Brooke on ice for a while. Got Canoes and Tate Black that plays new Holly and Tate coming. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Versace says Brooke told Riz she would, but she lied. Harry says, I would not be mad at Dimitri at all whatsoever he does to her. I'm here for it. I see what you're saying about Peacock, less restrictions. Was shocked that, yeah, yes, yes, yes. And the thing is, it's one of those things where it's like, so they just went there. Exactly, Duane. So you know. But yeah, Kyrie, you can tell. You can tell when they decide they want to get a little extra spicy or say something that's spicy. Emily says they need to get rid of Brooke for a while. She's getting on my nerves. Join the club. You think it's Charlotte coming out there? No, I don't think so. Because they here's the thing. There was a point where Charlotte and Anna was not there vibing, just actually having a good conversation. So I don't think it's Charlotte. I know that's a rumor right now going. Like said, I think it's Charlotte. But Charlotte, then the shooter was after Sunny Robert. Mel says, I have a feeling that Xander is going to find out the truth of Igor being in his. Harry says, I never expected them to go there. They would never do that on Y&R Chase. Well, yeah, exactly. So that's exactly what I was saying. It's a completely different vibe over there. It's a completely different vibe on days. It is. They need to bring Emma back to G's to do what? I mean, they can bring it back as long as they actually have a good story for her. Nice. That's what's up, Jakars. Congratulations. Seriously, congratulate. Oh, let me put this back up there. Congratulate Jakaris. I think Demetri told Leah about Gabby. I mean, I feel like that's just kind of an extreme case. He's like, oh yeah, I'll just kill him. Dude, what? Yeah, no, I'll just kill him. You know, I was planning on burning the world down anyway. Kristen says Billy Mother has confirmed he surrendered his life after battle and bipolar disorder. Everything else is utter. Oh wow. I'm missing it. No, no, you did not. So Craig says, so I'm so desperate to see more, even though we all know who is most likely it is. That'd be interesting if it is Charlotte. That'd be interesting if it is Charlotte. But yes, no, congratulate Jakaris. My dude got to 1,000 he got to 100 subscribers. Yeah, I don't think it's what you call it. I don't think it's Charlotte. Dawn says who unlocks doors, who unlocked the door on B&B. I think Thomas unlocked it. Thomas unlocked it. Lashanta says it's told everyone Brooke told Chase about deception. I told everyone Brooke told Chase about deception. I'm not getting it. And then you say yes. Yes, what? Yeah, you had a lot that went on today. Unfortunately, I didn't see the thing. I didn't sit there and take any notes. So a lot of the stuff right now I'm doing is just kind of off the dome. The girl says I uploaded a subscriber special video. All right, I'm gonna check it out then. But yes, definitely congratulate him. It's probably someone from the past. Big Blue says I don't think it's Charlotte's either. She's busy making friends with Elizabeth's son. Oh, you can no, but what I mean, yeah, I don't think it's Charlotte just because I don't think it's Charlotte. But you can definitely multitask though. You can definitely multitask. You can sit there and get revenge. You can do some bad stuff, but still make time for your friends. Okay, it's all about planning and having a good schedule. You can definitely do that too. I think you can't sit there and get revenge and still see friends and date. Just says, why can't it not be Charlotte? I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. Burning down a house? Really? Also, Anna and Charlotte, they were vibing at one point. Have a good night, Jakaris. Harry says, like I said earlier, that this new nickname, the alleged seven, Hat Daddy Marshall, courtesy of DC. Yeah, I don't. See, that's my whole thing, Kyrie. When you start saying things like that, I'm just like, bro, you're trolling, right? Prashanta says, whoever they see on that date, Valentine says, nobody can see that. Emily says, some more good storylines. Just said, when was the last time you saw them vibing? This was a while ago. I would sit there and say, this was a while ago. Like, literally, you know what? I want to sit there and say, I know they were vibing, but also, I took a lot of Benadryl, so I could probably have my facts mixed up. Cat Lady says, is it Peter? Could be. Grams TV's in the chat was good, Grams. J Blue says, yes, one can multitask, but she and Valentine had a deep conversation about her living situation and him being away. She seems over it. Victoria says, I think it's Charlotte who messed up her hotel room, and I read on another thread that Jake may have assisted. Interesting. Interesting. Definitely interesting. Eh, I wouldn't sit there and say that. I'm not a fan of calling kids that name, but um, Harry says, so is Shane a villain as well? And what his daughter former relationship with Grady is that? Yes, that is his other baby mama. But I don't think that Shane's a villain. I don't think that Shane's a villain. No, he's he's not a villain. Shane isn't a villain. He's like the WSB, but he's a good guy. I think this one is purposely trying to piss me off. I mean, I don't feel comfortable sitting there saying that about a child, but okay. Yes, that is very true. You are correct about that. You are correct about that. Same actor. People say that Charlotte's messing up the hotel. That would be twisted. Yeah, no. But Graham, she's talking about like it's the same actor. The same actor that played Victor is the same actor that plays Shane. Lashanta says Nina keeps secrets but wants to know everything. That's usually how people are. 9 times out of 10, they're the type of people that is very that's the type of people that's very a lot of people are like that. Jiggle said I thought Jake and Charlie were working on a graphic novel. Yeah, but she can still have. Here's the thing: she can sit there and work, and still have time to sit there and plot stuff. Santa says, "Why did Teresa open up that case?" Yo, Teresa is so pathetic. She is so pathetic. I'm like, he's not into you, and you follow him halfway across the world, and then she says she had the audacity to sit there and try to measure up other men compared to him. I'm like, so you just wasted everyone else's time. I'm like, boo, you need therapy. I don't get that. Her says, so this baby mama is a villain too and has full custody of their child too. Talking about Kristen? Just take a drink every time he says, sit there. I'm drink. Who says sit there? Was it me? Nah, it never will be. I missed a joke. Jay Blue says I thought Valentine had her staying with Dante because of all the things going on with Anna. No. That's true. He is, she is staying with them. No, I just I don't get it. Cat Lady says Sonny's gonna be so pissed when he finds out Nina and Gladys. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, he's gonna be pissed. Harry says, I'm talking about Shane's daughter. I don't know her name yet. Oh, Teresa. Teresa. Yep, according to her, I'm a boomer. Even though I'm not, but according to Jess, I'm a boomer. Oh, Jess. That says Teresa up with that to go to Greece and follow. Yeah, exactly. I 100% agree with that. And then she had to audacity to sit there and say the other men was not the other men didn't hold up to his standards. Some BS that came out of her mouth. Harry says Teresa and Brady had a son together, right? Yep. It's very true. Son's name is Tate. One says, I'm sure I was glad Molly wasn't on screen today. I mean, just says sip drink. Harry says he likes those crazy blondes. Well, he has a type. I'll sit there and say that much. G Blue says I'm still waiting for Sonny or one of his people to whack Gladys. But most people definitely have a type. Emily says Nina still has not told Sonny about Carly, SEC, or whatever it's called on Carly and Joe. Sip drink. I don't. But Quick says, and Jess, I plan on that because I love getting in trouble when it comes to my health. I don't play like that. The Santa says Emily Allison, she won't tell. She gotta get caught. Hmm? Melissa Tucker, I know that Teresa has mentioned her and Brady's son Tate more than once, so I know Tate is returning. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, In reality, it doesn't really matter to me if he returns or not, unless they actually has a good story. And like I said, Teresa, I thought was only on for Victor's funeral. Yeah, apparently not. Apparently not. I'm cool with it though. Her says when Gwen was talking, she was she was sounding like us on our collab. How were you describing her? Harry says when Gwen was talking, she was sounding like us on our collab. Hello, how you were describing her. He was in the chat earlier. He was in the chat earlier. He stopped by for a little bit, but I couldn't really sit there and talk to the chat because I still had Joshua on. It's not to say I don't feel bad for Lucy or Brooke or Marty. Yeah, I agree with that. Jay Blue says Marty screwed his woman and her partners. Yeah, yeah, no, you're 100% right. I don't feel bad for Marty at all. He brought this on himself. Harry says like when she says she missed all the warning signs. How are you criticizing Gwen? She said it about herself today. Yeah, I just like I said, I didn't like the fact that it looked like they were playing her as Boo the Fool. Just as if someone was taking 50K from me every month, I'll be that friendly. I'll be that friendly like Blair. I don't know if I'll be that friendly like Blair was. You know, my whole thing is like I wondered. I kept sitting thinking like, how did he get awarded so much money? Like 50K, he got. Well, I'm still drowsy from the Benadryl, so no, I'm still drowsy from the Benadryl. I took some extra strength Benadryl. Emily says they need to bring back Orpheus. You know, it's really funny. Somebody at my job, one of my customers at my job was sent to saying how much they didn't like Orpheus. I actually like Orpheus. Hmm. I have to check it out. But yes, yeah, no, I like Orpheus. Lashanta says Blair cheated on him with Dave. Oh, David Vickers. Ida's in the chat. Was good, Ida? I just don't. You know, my whole thing is like I don't even understand like when. Okay, like when did she stop going out with ugh, Todd? Emily says Orpheus are another popular villain on the show, so people stay wanting to watch. Yeah, I mean they got Vivian for whatever that's worth. Um, Thank you, Lorby. Thank you. Yes, hit the like button. I have no idea where we are with the likes, but it really does actually help. Victoria. Oh, nice. Okay. Hold on. Victoria says Blair was no longer with Ty when she was last seen on GHS. Ty was going on a date with Carly. Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you. Just says Hat Daddy and Stella did not need to be on GH today. I did not need to be on today. No, no. I agree with that. And in all reality, and that's something else I just against in my video that they talk about how the club is pretty much kind of keeping them going. It gives them a reason to wake up and kind of get out the house and stuff. But I'm like, he also needs therapy though too, you know, not just to be going to a job or work or whatever. Ron says Phoenix said that he was looking for the person in the comments that called him a liar. Just says the only interesting stuff was Anna and Valentine. Hmm. I have to take a look at my notes. Yeah, we got 29 likes. That's good. I did like the scene with Blair and Marty. At least now I understand her plan to get rid of Marty and to not actually have to pay all that money. Duane says, who came up with that name, Hat Daddy? That's a damn good question. That's a really good question because I call him Hat Daddy. James calls him Hat Daddy. Um, DC calls him Hat Daddy. That's a really good question. That's yeah. Or says I hope Charlotte is a little terrorist. Alex and Brady are going to return the briefcase. Yeah, I saw the previews. I saw the previews, Mel. I saw this says Carly and Todd were together until he gave Sam and Jason baby to take. Yeah. Just said there's another way for her to get rid of Marty if she really wanted. So. Yes, Dewan, that's a really good question. Who came up with that nickname for him? Ron said out Gabby and Steffi are money hungry. What makes them think they're entitled to anything regarding the money? Because they can be two entitled people. That's what you said. They could be both entitled. Dave said, I saw your video about your work at Barnes Nobles. Always wanted to ask where you worked, but didn't because I didn't want to be into your personal life. Oh no, I don't work there. I don't work there anymore. Well, obviously I don't. No, I work at a supermarket now. I work at a supermarket now. But for a while, I was working there, and I mean, to tell you the truth, it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad working there. There was some fun times. There was some fun stuff. Plus, the job that I have now is a lot more closer than when I was working at Barnes and Nobles. Big Blue says, Albert, you're the only one I heard call him Hat Daddy is very appropriate. But that's a very good question, though, J Blue. That's a very good question. Who started that name Hat Daddy? Harry says that the mirror seems to be the Days of Our Lives version of the Newmans. Yeah. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Curry's? Ron said, Belinda from Soapdirt says that Deacon and Sheila are going to be engaged. I know. I thought about you when I heard that news. Emily says Deacon and Sheila, I can see that happening. Harry says mixed in with Caroline. Horrible thing. Just that I heard other people call him Hat Daddy. Yeah, I've heard damn. I guess I can't start a trend now. Thanks, Jess. Jess always knows how to put me in my place. What is it? Ugh, okay. Lashanta said Kristen thought Megan was something else. Duane says as soon as I heard that nickname Hat Daddy, I knew you all were talking about Marshall. I mean, that is a. Thank you, Andrea. Harvey says Hat Daddy used to be on the show The Closer. And I remember that show too. I have to take your word for it. I don't know how long you've been watching the show, so I have to take your word for it. Duane says the first person I heard call Marshall Hat Daddy was Joe J. Media. Harry says, I'll be able to meet you out if he needs me to. Yeah, I remember that show. Old school. That cold case. I just said somebody needs to tell Blair that it's cheaper to keep them. That it's cheaper to keep them. What do you mean? I totally forgot about their scenes. Um, I do well for the review. I do remember them talking about the doctor. Um, maybe the doctor misdiagnosed them. Misdiagnosed them. Emily said Dimitri needs to stick it to Gabby. It's nice to sit there and see some people that actually don't like Gabby. Ron says, so Gwen is going to make Leo and Dimitri's life a living hell. That's the plan. Harry says, now let's see if you're going to give Gwen the same answer you gave Elena. I don't get it. I don't get it. Lashanta says Charlotte put a snake in Ava's purse. She bullied Aiden. She saw Valentine push Ava off the carpet and she So I'm blow up that boat with Cassandra Pierce. One Nick said, hey everyone, I'm late. I was out celebrating pre-birthday. Birthday is this Thursday. That's Thursday, okay. I will definitely write that down. People said, okay, thank Albert and Phoenix are the only people I subscribe to. I appreciate that. I much appreciate you subscribing to me. Ron says, Albert, at least Sean won't get. Why won't he? Eric says, remember you called Elena pathetic, jealous, bitter when she threw water on Nate's face. Now, Gwen's plotting Demetrius' downfall. What's your energy with her? I don't know. I'll sit there and say this much, Kyrie. So I stand by what I said with Elena. I stand by what I said with Elena. That's the bottom line. That's not changing. I didn't honestly tell you the truth. I haven't really. I gotta sit there and think about that with Gwen. I'll think about that with Gwen, but as far as what you call is concerned, no, that comment is still staying there. They says I wonder who trusts Anna's wrong. Maybe Pikeman is getting revenge. Yeah, some people. I would sit there and say maybe it's Alex. Have a good night, Emily. I will see you tomorrow. Jabu says, why did Todd give the baby the tea? I don't even remember. It was so long ago. It was so long ago. Well, as fun as this has been, I am actually going to get some sleep now. I should have probably just went to sleep a little bit earlier, but I want to sit there and chop it out with y'all since I couldn't talk before. This Benadryl is really kicking in. So yeah, I think I'm going to sit in the stream right here because Ted's baby died, I think. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I'm glad you was able to answer that because I didn't even remember that. When Nick says haven't been watching days that much, has Demetri always been gay? Was he gay when he was with Gwen? I think he's always been gay. I think he's always been gay. But yes, have a good night, Lashanta. Have a good night, Andrea. Have a good night, Anjanetta. Have a good night, Jay Blue. Have a good night, Dave. Have a good night, Goddess Jess. Have a good night, Kyrese. Have a good night, Nikisha. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Ronnie Ron. Have a good night, Mel, my horror queen. Have a good night, Laura B. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Was a little rundown today, so I took Benadryl, and well, yeah. Have a good night, Tamara. And if I missed you, you know who you are. Oh, there we go. Have a good night, Ambassador Sam. Thank you, Valerie. Yeah, now I'm gonna feel better in the morning. I'll be better in the morning. Have a good night, Victoria. It was good to see you again. Curry says, good night, Queen Jess. Good night, Lashanta. Good night, Monique. Good night, Andrew. Good night, Dave. Good night, Anna. Good night, Mel. Good night, Lord B. And good night, everyone else. There you go. Have a good. Oh, wow. Have a good night, Double C. Laters.